Hello everyone, hello guys, thank you so much for coming back to us. Welcome to Parrot's Health, and my name is YOYO, and this little man here, his name is YOYO. Guys, today we're going to be talking to you about two things, okay? And it's cage, but we're going to be talking about positioning of your cage. So where should the cage of your parrot be? And also we're going to talk about cage, what sort of size of the cage you should have for your parrot, okay? So these are two very important things, because people, what we noticed, have put their cages in the wrong places, okay? What is wrong place in a house for putting your cage in? One of them, which is the worst one, is definitely the kitchen, okay? As I was talking in my previous video about not putting the cage in the kitchen because lots of dangerous gases and fumes, okay, that are very, very dangerous for your parrot. Then also can be another dangerous places, which can be places with lots of draft, okay? So the cage of your parrot should be away from your window, and also from places where in generally there's a high draft, okay? So best place, guys, is something like, as you can see here, which is in a corner, okay? And very important part is that your parrot feels safe, okay, in that area, okay? And usually they do, and the reason is because if he sits here, okay, from here he can look everywhere in front of him, and he knows there is no danger coming from the back, okay? So he knows this is definitely the safe area for him, okay? Also, it's very important that your parrot is not too close to the window constantly, because he can see constantly predators, okay, out there flying like a birds of prey, for example, or cats, and he might be in a constant stress, okay? So you don't want your parrot to be in constant stress, because long term this can be again damaging for his health, okay guys? So best place I would advise is living room, for example, in a corner like we have here. And keep away from the kitchen, keep away from the windows, okay? So the best place anywhere in a corner otherwise. Now, how big should the cage be? How should the cage be? What sort of size the cage should be for your parrot, okay? And the answer is, the very basic answer will be depending on the size of your parrot. So your parrot should be able to fully open his wings, okay? And that's the minimum requirement for the size of the cage for a parrot, okay? But we have to look a little bit more deep into this, okay? Because there are other important factors also depending on what cage you should buy for your parrot, okay? So the bigger the cage is, the better, okay? Always remember. So look at the size of YOYO here, for example. I mean, he's got a huge tail. But if he is in a cage, he definitely would be able to open his wings, but that's not all, okay? The main thing is your parrot spends lots of time outside of the cage. That is a very important part. But also what's very important is that some big parrots that are not much flyers, they are happy to climb or walk, okay? So they don't need as much space. But again, let's go back to the big space. You need big space for your parrot, okay? Whereas smaller parrots, which are like budgies and cockatiels and so on, they are more flyers. So in the nature they fly quite a lot. So these sort of parrots still need big cages, because they just naturally are quite on the move all the time. They're moving, constantly flying, looking for things, looking for food, okay? Where other parrots like a macaw, they are quite happy to just stand still and just chill and flying from time to time, okay? So as you can see in the nature, you look at the smaller birds, they usually move quite a lot. They have lots of movement, they are quite agile, okay? And that usually actually is with the small birds. Smaller birds just move fast, okay? That's why they don't live very long also. Where bigger birds don't move as much, okay? They live quite slow lives, but they are more climbers and walkers, okay? So it's very important to think about these as well, okay? So you have to think about what sort of parrot you have, okay? YOYO here, he is Alexandrine, so he's a sort of half and half, okay? He's in between flying all the time and resting, so he's half and half. That's why they live roughly around 30 to 40 years, so which is pretty long, but it's not as long as others, like African grey or others which move much slower. So they keep their energy and they are slow movers, okay? So yeah, guys, that's all I wanted to say. So positioning of your cage should be always in the corner, away from the draft, away from the window, so your parrot feels safe, okay, from any danger. And when it comes to size of the cage, always think about first what sort of parrot you have, okay? Look at the species of your parrot. So if he is flyer, if he moves a lot, he needs enough space for flying. If he is a slow mover, then he needs bigger cage, bigger the better. And also definitely when we're talking about not only size but quality as well, make sure it's a rust proof as well, okay? So the structure of the cage should be rust proof. So make sure you buy good quality cages, not the ones that are painted, okay, that peels, the paint peels, because your parrot can eat it and again he can be hurt, okay? So that's all, guys. That's all I wanted to say today. Very short video, but hopefully very helpful, and have a good day. See you later.